Hello there. Come on in and sit down with me for a minute. I'm Jen, aka the Awakened Jen, and this is your weekly snapshot for April 19th through the 25th. And I'm just going to say this right out of the gate. This is one of those weeks where you're going to feel like, did I just make the biggest mistake of my life? But in reality, you may have just made the most aligned decision that you have made in a long time. So if things feel a little shaky right now, if you feel like things are moving way too fast, you're exactly where this reading is meant to meet you. So let's talk about what is supporting this energy coming in. We are still sitting in that Aries new moon energy that came in on the 17th, which is all about action, initiation, movement forward. But here's the thing about the Aries energy. It doesn't just think about decisions, it makes them. And now then we're in that space after we've made that decision. And so we add another layer on top of it are the angel numbers. And so we have Earth Day is this week at 422, and that just struck out at me instantly as, oh, that's one of the angel numbers for the week. And so we have angel numbers 414, 422, 122, and 1122. And you can see a little bit of a theme going there. And so this one is very loud, talking about alignment, foundation, and building something new from the truth. So here's where it gets real for us, though. Just because something is aligned, it doesn't mean that it always feels comfortable right away. And so that's where we're sitting at in the energy that we're moving into this week. So if you've been here for the past couple of weeks, you've already seen this energy has been building. We first moved through seeing the truth and feeling what was misaligned for us and realizing what we actually wanted for ourselves instead. And then last week, the truth was finally spoken. You chose it. You made the decision. You said the thing that you were afraid to say. And that's a lot. That was not a small decision. And that was something that made everything just start shifting right away. That one moment just shifted everything. And you're feeling that right now. And so now then we're coming here and we're right in the middle of that decision where reality starts to settle in. And the mind kicks in and says, wait a second, did I just do the right thing? Was that too much? Did I go too far? Did I move too fast? It's like you can just feel the brain is already spinning. Can you feel it? Can you just feel that energy? All right, so let's just go ahead and look at the energy that has come in for this week. So I've already pulled the base spread, and that's where we're going to start all of this for us. And so the overall energy of the week is the Fool. And that's that energy of, oh my God, did I do the right thing? Because you made the decision, you took the leap. And it's like, is there going to be something there to catch you? Where do I go from here? I've never done this before. And so it's just, there's a spinning energy of just, is this the right thing? Did I make the right step, or did I just really mess my life up? And the thing that initiated it was this judgment. And so you finally made a decision. But the thing is this was a decision that you knew in your soul was the right thing for you to do. So, I mean, it's not wrong. You know it too true. You heard the call of your soul, your higher self, that said, this isn't the path for you. And I also connect the judgment card with Jeramiel. And Archangel Jeramiel is all about your life review. And he is like kind of highlighting, here's where you said you wanted to be. Here's the life that was on offer for you. And here's where you are right now. This is what you settled for. You can still have all the things that were on offer, but you can't get it from the space that you're in. And so it's like he let you see, just the contrast of where it is that you're capable of being, what you want for yourself, and where you actually are. And helping you to see the steps in between. And so you're just in that first step. You just made the first step. You just told the thing. You just said the truth. And so, the emotional undercurrent is the death card. And so something definitely ended, something changed form. And whenever energy changes form in our lives, it means that the way that we lived before cannot be lived that way anymore. That causes a level of grief, that causes some healing that needs to happen, that causes redirection. It is a massive shift. This card is massive energy. It's not representative of a literal death, but it is the death of, the way that you were living to that point. And so it's like, even if you ended, a relationship, and you do end up back together, it's not the same relationship. This moment changed everything. This decision changed everything. And that's why these cards are all big. Do you see, out of 5 cards, every single one of these are major arcanas? This was not a small moment. This was not a small decision. It was life changing. And so the challenge this week is the High Priestess. And so it's standing on what you already know to be true. Because the energy from last week, it showed us that once you made the decision, not everybody liked what you decided, the direction you wanted to take your life. And some of those people are trying to pull you back in and keep you tied to the old reality. They might see the ending, but they haven't accepted the ending. And so, like, you've got to hold to what you already know. Don't let, like, as things kind of the timelines collapse and things kind of resettle themselves, don't let the drama of that moment, because it is dramatic when you're collapsing timelines and you're changing, your complete direction of life. Don't let the drama of that moment change what you know to be true. That you make, because I mean, this is clarity. This judgment card is clarity. That's not confusion. And so the opportunity is the Magician. And so this is your chance to really see what you are made of. And so a lot of times when we make these kinds of big life-changing decisions, the biggest thing that holds us back is that we don't think that we're capable of the life that we are choosing instead. And so, the way that I even know how to relate this, the energy that kind of came through was reminding me that when I got divorced, that was one of the scariest things I've ever done. And one of the most life changing. I went from being a stay at home mom for 14 years to now I have to be, a single mom that has to provide for a house full of kids. And I've got 4 kids. And, like, that was a massive shift. And, I hadn't worked in so long that, it was hard to get anyone to even interview me. And so I really had to get creative, and I ended up building my own business because I couldn't get anyone to hire me. So I built a barber shop, and I never even cut hair, but it was like, well, it's a good idea and it's something, and I just went with it. And so that's what I feel from this is, like, I thought up to that point that I could not do this on my own. I could not, support myself. I couldn't have a home. I couldn't take care of my kids. Like, we'd live in squalor. We would never have anything. And it's like, the truth of that is so far from, just what the fear was. I got to see what I was actually made of when it actually mattered. And so, yes, this decision is scary because things are changing. Things that you might have depended on before are now not going to be there for your, that same support for you. Things have shifted. The energy has changed. But it doesn't mean that you aren't capable, and it doesn't mean that the decision was wrong. It just means it's very new to you. And so you get to bring out new skills and get to see new things about yourself again. And I looked at the energy of the bottom of the deck as well. And we've got the Knight of Wands. And so the Knight of Wands, it feels like this was, impulsive. And like, you feel like everything's moving very, very quickly. And that's the thing that makes you feel the most unsettled is how fast everything shifts the minute that you said the word. But it's just, it's the old timelines collapsing, and it's just, this is like the trajectory. This is the quickness of this is not proof that something was wrong. And even like if there's, like I said, drama with it, it's not proof that it was wrong. It's just, this is the shift. This is how it's shifting. Oh, so I mean, that's some big energy to step into. And like I said, it's just, it's been building. And so, now that we see what's really been happening, we see the shift, we see the ending, the leap. Now, what do we do with all of this? Because I don't want to just leave it at, okay, yeah, here's where you go. Let's just see now, where do we go from here? And so I'm going to pull some more energy with the tarot. And this is the Mysteries of the Deep Tarot. Again, I love this deck. It is absolutely gorgeous. And so the first question I am asking is, what are you being asked to stand firm in? So what are you being asked to stand firm in right now? The Ace of Cups. And so this is your values in love. Like, don't settle in this area. Don't settle in what fills up your heart, what makes you truly happy, what makes you feel the most alive. And just like, you want to be able to pour your cup of love out and also to be able to have it poured back into. You don't want, like, it's got to be equal, and you don't need to settle in this area. You don't have to settle in this area. Where will you be tempted to second guess yourself? We have the Queen of Wands. And so when the drama shows up, and this is where you have to remember what it is that you truly deserve. And it's interesting. These almost look like shadow and light energies of each other, because you kind of see some, mirroring here. And it's like you might feel, because it doesn't feel good, it brings out, these negative energies in you. It makes you feel like defensive, like all of that. Or you might see that side from other people. All of that might make you think, maybe I chose the wrong thing. But this energy actually tells you where your boundaries are, where you're settling, and where you know that, like, this is less than what I know I deserve. This is where your self-worth is. This is where you're, this is your indignance. You're like, I know the life that I'm worthy of living. And it's not necessarily entitlement unless it's completely in that, um, lower vibration state. All right. So what does trusting yourself actually look like this week? We have the Nine of Pentacles. I love that for this exact moment. So the Nine of Pentacles is, you are capable. You are so capable. And this is like, this because of everything that you've been through to get to this moment. So you have seen how capable, you've seen what's possible for you. You know what you're able to make happen. You don't need anyone else. And so if they're not adding to what you are already capable of doing, then they're taking away from that, right? And so there's your standard right there. Are they at least meeting you where you are? And if not, you can do it on your own. And you've proven it to yourself over and over and over. What tool do you already have that you're not fully using at this time? We have the Five of Pentacles. You have help available. So this is that fear of, like, if I let go of this thing, and this thing is providing some sort of level of security, and this thing gets taken from me, it changes, that there won't be anything to replace it. But that's not the truth. That's just you in your fear state. That's the story you tell yourself in your fear state. But the truth is, there is help out there. There are people who want to step up for you. There are people who will be there for you. You just have to ask for it. What is trying to grow from this shift? The Ace of Pentacles. This is a real opportunity, a new life opportunity. Something new is definitely coming in the place of whatever feels like it's being taken away from you at this time. And so it's trying to bring that opportunity to you. And it feels like it's moving very quickly just because everything is shifting so drastically. You are letting go of one version of yourself to start living out a whole new reality. And that can be scary. That can make you question yourself because you've never done this before. So, what is it going to look like now? You may not have even planned it because that's what this card kind of tells you. It's not a full baked plan here. I just kind of did it. But we're in it now. You've already said it. You've already set the thing in motion. So, like, allow the process to complete and know what you know, and know that whatever you don't feel like you know yet, you're going to be able, it's going to like grow within you. It's going to show up. Whatever you need is going to be there when you need it. Okay, so if this week feels uncertain, if it feels like everything is shifting really, really fast, and you are sitting there questioning yourself, please hear this. You did not mess up. You didn't move too fast, and you didn't make the wrong decision. You made a true decision, an aligned decision. And now you're being asked to live in that truth and not run from it. If you want to go deeper into this, the extended reading is available below. And in the extended, we're going to look at how this continues to unfold, what's coming next from this decision, and what you don't see yet that's already in motion. We'll pull in timing as well and just get a fuller, deeper, like pull back all the layers of this story. And if you're feeling called to work with me more personally and go deeper into your situation, you can find that at theawakenedgen.com. Okay, so let's take a quick breath. You are not lost. You're just in the part of the story where everything is still rearranging. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one.